Hey, how is it going?
Just fine. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you, and thanks for accepting the to join this interview series.
Absolutely.
Yeah, amazing. So I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions. Yeah, and then you can respond, how, about them.
Okay.
Um, so far, I'm wondering if I am curious to know, I mean, this is not part of those questions, but I'm curious to know if you use Market Dash at all, or if you don't use it that much.
I use it frequently, kind of every week. I update my list, like my watch list of stocks with the price and the undervalued or whatever percentage for that entire list. And I do that kind of once a week because it usually doesn't change that much daily. And I'm constantly looking for stocks to add to that list to keep a watch on.
That's amazing. Actually, also, I wanted to show you this new tool that draw for you the areas of demand, the
Oh,
Fibonacci, and all of that. Because I
interesting.
know that you are checking a lot of stocks and you like to do
Right.
a lot of trading. So if you just type, oh no, this is not gonna give me because I need to use
Right.
the acronym. So it gives you, the VIV,
Hmm.
the supply and demand and all of that. So I just wanted to
And I,
share.
I also
This.
use it to look at various parameters, right, on outstanding shares, the valuations for the free cash flow and the history of the PE ratio. So I use it for a number of things once I'm looking at a specific stock, right?
Market Dash.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, I mean, this new version, you can also filter for, like which are the ones paying dividends. So let me just show you really quick.
Right. Well, I know they
Um,
had discussed, because I was in the testing of it early on, they had discussed being able to perform a search to
mhm.
look for undervalued stocks. But
Yes, exactly. Yeah, like top rankings, weekly opportunities. Yeah. Okay, great. So let's get into the questions. So first of all, why did you join, or why did you decide to join Long Wealth Capital?
strictly speaking, it was really I was interested in finding and learning more about value investing. I've joined quite a few groups that I'm still members of, and I've learned a lot of different aspects of investing. But one of the ones that I'm most interested in pursuing, mainly because it doesn't take as much time all day long, right, is value investing. And I've learned something about it, but I wanted to learn a lot more. And so
Mhm.
that was the main reason I joined.
That's great. And what did you try before? Like, what were you doing? Indexed ETFs, day trading, or what were you?
Yeah, I mean, really, I used to be in mutual funds decades ago. When COVID hit, I recognized it was an opportunity to get in individual stocks. And
Mm,
I did well getting in energy stocks, which is the industry I'm involved with. And so that worked out very well. And so that kind of got me back into investing more seriously. And since then, I've been trying to learn more about investing in stocks directly.
oh, and
Um,
what do you
and
like? Sorry.
no, so I started off trying to do it on my own. I was effectively looking to replace my income so that I could retire earlier
I
as a
see.
long-term goal.
Oh,
And so I started looking at dividend-paying stocks, and that did well. And one particular one was not necessarily a mistake, but they stopped paying dividends, and so that created a pretty good loss. And so I was just looking to improve on that and got into a variety of different things and trying to get more experience help and
mm.
learn more myself. So that's how I started down that path, right?
Interesting how COVID was the main thing that had you look for all of these strategies, and ultimately you end up finding
Right.
Long Wealth Capital. And what do you like about this strategy versus all of the other strategies that you tried in the past?
Well, again, gets back to, the fundamental analysis and
Mm,
technical analysis combined for value investing, right?
mm,
I guess the biggest paradigm shift was that I've learned in the process, right? And LWC was kind of the kicker to learning that for sure is when I started to get with different groups and learning to, instead of buying and holding long term, was getting into trading in and out, right? And I hadn't really imagined that was considered investing, right? So
mm,
my paradigm has shifted because of that. And, I never would have expected value invested would include getting in and out for a small, quick gain. And so that was certainly something new to me
mm.
when you're talking about value investing. And so, that has changed my mindset even further.
Oh, that's that. Yeah, like you've been doing this for quite. I see you in the Wins channel quite a lot
Yeah.
with all of these positions that you open
Yeah.
and close.
And yeah, I think I joined about a year ago. I think it was like last summer. So it may
Mm-hmm.
have been a little bit over a year.
Wow.
But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, a big part of a lot of that is the main account I'm using is a self-directed retirement account. And so when I first started for 9 months, there was a commission for every transaction. And that has recently changed. And so now I'm able to take more partial,
Mm,
ads or exits. So that's
mhm,
helped me to, not exit or enter everything all at once.
mm. Oh, no, that's huge. And what are the top three things you learn? I mean, you could say you've learned from Long Wealth Capital. If you would need to list just three.
I think the biggest one is combining both the fundamental analysis and the technical
Mhm,
analysis is the biggest one. I was not heavy. I mean, I've been with traders who are using technical analysis only. And so
mhm,
adding the fundamental analysis and recognize probably the second biggest one is recognizing that just because there's news doesn't mean that it has a huge impact on the long term
yeah.
results of the company,
Mm,
right? There's some trades that I would never have been in before LWC, right?
mhm,
And then in some cases I've taken more risks than Daryl would even have
mm,
recommended because of news of some of the companies. So there's some that he gets involved with that I've been in but haven't been completely comfortable and it's worked out. And there's some that he didn't get in that I've gotten in that have worked out. So been kind of interesting. So
yeah. Yeah, which is,
because I
I
kind
mean,
of, as you say, I kind of like to spread it around, right? I don't like to put, the more comfortable I am in the analysis, the more I'm willing to put percentage wise of the portfolio in.
yeah,
Uh,
100%, 100%.
yeah,
No, and it's crazy what you say, but it's very true that there are people out there trading without analyzing the fundamentals when at the end of the day you're investing in a company. That's
sure.
first thing that we should be doing, not looking at
Right,
solely, like how the technicals are looking like or those indicators, which
right,
technically they are really important, obviously, but
right,
most important is to know how the company is doing financial. So I mean, that's what it's going to protect
right.
your money in the long term, as you said. No, that's
Yeah, I
great.
mean, there's definitely a lot of different edges that different traders use for sure. And I'm not saying that they don't all work,
Mhm.
but some are more, like you say, more fundamentally based. And
Yeah,
long term, you just hold because you know you're in a good position with a good company and just wait for things to turn your way.
exactly. It makes it as well, I think, more rational. The decision to see numbers in red and you don't act with panic or anything like that. And what are your thoughts on the Lone Wolf Capital community overall?
I think it's great. I think one of the biggest things that LWC provides versus others is the one-on-one interaction, right? I probably don't utilize that as much as I should, but periodically I have set up the one-on-one sessions But for people that are starting out and don't understand how it all works, that that is not available for many other services, right? So that's a unique
Yeah.
feature that allows people to learn at their pace and to get direct support for
100%.
gaining that knowledge and learning how to do it on their own. And I mean, I still, depending on what's happening with the indexes, as the indexes get higher and higher, I'm not as comfortable adding a lot of funds depending on what I'm seeing on specific companies because the indexes are so high. So
Mhm.
that's where, for me, that's where those sessions help is finding or identifying why a company is still going to hold up even if the indexes are high, if there's a
Yeah.
correction. So,
100%. Yeah, yeah. No.
yeah.
And would you recommend the program to other people?
Absolutely. And those one-on-one sessions and that also weekly group calls is a great resource for someone who's learning and just starting out. And also for those, I've had more experience, but I still value, those weekly calls, whether they're group sessions or periodically an individual session, because I may be sitting on a lot of cash and want to find something, or I'm out of cash and want to find what should I do? Should I get out of some positions? That type of thing. So yeah, that advice when you're not completely comfortable, regardless of your experience level, is extremely valuable.
Yeah. And last but not least, what are your thoughts on Daryl?
Yeah, I think he's learned on his own, right? And that's one of the things that he's trying to do for us investors as individuals is get us to a point where we're comfortable acting on our own as well. He doesn't necessarily like other investment advisors or newsletters that you follow, they just provide picks, right? But his goal is to teach so that as an individual investor, you gain that experience and knowledge so that you can basically fish for yourself, find opportunities for yourself, and build that confidence and experience longer term so that
Yes.
you can still use the group, you can still use his knowledge, but you learn how to do it on your own so that you don't have to have that long term. And I
Yeah.
think that's a big difference.